Hi, I'd like to show you an over-engineered stopwatch I programmed over the last few days, although really the development time was probably just like a couple hours because obviously I wasn't working on this 24 hours a day. Anyway, this is the stopwatch over here. It does what a normal stopwatch should. You can start it, you can stop it, and you can reset it. So let's actually get into the interesting features. Start at a specific time, which is over here. You can set it for any time you'd like. So you can basically start the stopwatch whenever you'd like to. I don't know why this would be useful unless you want to cheat on a speedrun. But yeah, so you click that and it starts the stopwatch. And you can stop it and start it again and reset it just as normal. It does have hotkeys, and these are enabled by default. So I'll press space to start, space to stop, and enter to reset. You can click show hotkeys and it'll just tell you what they do. We'll get back to the hide and unhide controls. Colors. You can simply set a color that you'd like the background to be. So I'll choose a nice bright teal thing. Let's see what else can it do. These are the features that I actually think would be useful. I feel like start at specific time is kind of a gimmick, and so are the colors. But the hotkeys, these basically, all these checkboxes and maybe the transparency are what's pretty useful. So basically, first thing, transparency. You can make it visible, you can lower the opacity so it's barely visible. And this could be useful if, I don't actually know if you're allowed to use this in speedruns. I think maybe there are specific timers you have to use. I'm not really sure. So maybe you wouldn't be allowed to use this, but I feel like it would be good to have this on your screen and still see the game behind it. I didn't make this for speedrunners. I just sort of wanted to practice coding since I haven't done much coding in more than 2 years. So I was like, you know what, I'll just get back into Visual Basic coding. That's pretty interesting. Oh yeah, see this little logo here? I made this in Google Slides, actually. I think it worked out pretty well. So you can disable the hotkeys. No longer working, but I'll just leave them on and you'll see why. So I can set it to be, see how obviously other stuff can be on top of it. I'll set it to always on top, and this would be really useful too. So that this is always on top. Controls, basically, you can hide the controls. This is why you'd want to have hotkeys, so you can press space, and it'll, get the stopwatch going, and this would be, it would look nicer if you were using it like this. You can lock the position on the screen. That basically removes the title bar and window borders, so it has to stay there. So again, you can have it a little transparent, set a custom color, use your hotkeys, have it always on top, and have the position locked. And there you go. This is a bug. When it's in locked mode, there is way too much space under the time, so I need to fix that. But yeah, that way you can have it, do your stuff. Oh, I'm speedrunning, I'm winning the game. I don't know why I keep using that as an example. It's just basically what I can think of. So yeah. Oh shoot, what did I just do? The Visual Studio window was selected, so I'm not actually sure what I just did. I wasn't paying attention. Let's turn the controls back on. Oh yeah, and what was it? F to hide and unhide controls does not work at all. Do any of the hotkeys work? Yes. Why doesn't F work? Wait, it's H? Oh my god, I changed the message box because I wanted to change the hotkey. I changed the message box and then got distracted with something else and forgot. So I need to fix that. It should be F. And yeah, I meant to tell you there's a nice rollover animation here because I didn't want this controls text to always be visible. So it's nice to only be able to see it when you roll over. I think it looks pretty good. Let's unlock this thing and see, now it's back to normal size. Let's put it back to 100% opaque. Always on top. That's pretty much it. So that's the totally over-engineered, terrible stopwatch. Yeah, I just realized I haven't been running it this entire time. I probably should have been doing that as like an example to demonstrate it, but I haven't been doing that at all. But yeah, that's the stopwatch. I haven't decided if I'm going to show you the code yet. If I do, it'll obviously be in a separate video. But I did some really bad things in the code that you should never do. It's very janky because I haven't done programming in a long time, so the way I did things are not ideal ways to do them. But I might show you the code anyway. But that's basically it. That's my terrible stopwatch that I wanted to show you. Always on top. Yeah, that's that's basically that. Goodbye.